The more I've grown on this platform, the worse it gets. It's not about the algorithm or the online community or the fact that D&D is owned by the same monopoly that has a monopoly on Monopoly. It's all of those things. Recently, we lost 2 creators in the tabletop RPG space. Both channels How to Be a Great GM and Man Shorts have thrown in the D&D tubing towel. And as a D&D tuber who started last year with just a pair of hands and just enough editing know-how to get in trouble, I've had the privilege to see behind the proverbial D&D tubing screen, to discover all the good, the bad, and the chaotic stupid of being a D&D tuber. Now, disclaimer, this channel has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I love all of you, unconditionally, as long as you're subscribed. Since 2014, I've become a huge fan of DM advice channels like Dungeon Craft, WebDM, and Matt Colville. I even made the foam trees and rocks and this thing by following DM Scotty's crafting videos, because I wanted to become the best dungeon master that I could be. But while watching the D&D tubers, I would quietly say to myself, man, that'd be fun. Making videos about your games, sharing advice I've learned over the years herding these cats, maybe even making a little money doing the thing you love. I had this wish for years, but I finished college and got a safe, secure career in the nursing field. I can't be a YouTuber. I'm too old to dance for TikToks. I can't build fast enough in Fortnite. So let's just stick with this whole bedside nursing thing for a while. While the rest of the world was out of work, discovering their dreams with all that free time, I was privileged enough to keep my job to discover my nightmare. COVID was a speed run to the burnout and cynicism all bedside nurses collect during their career. And when you're cracking your 3rd chest this week to keep somebody younger than your dad alive long enough so that the family can mask up and say their goodbyes, you tend to look at your own life and realize that maybe the dumb dreams of yours ain't so dumb. I'm sorry if that was too morbid or triggering if you've had a loved one pass during that time, but that was the catalyst that got me to start being cringe on the internet. And I've been fortunate enough, thanks to viewers like you, to grow and interact with most of the D&D tuber community. But I discovered that there's a lot of shared thoughts about the state of D&D tube and the collective struggle of what we D&D tubers would like to do versus what we have to do to survive. I'm not naming any names, I'm not leaking any DMs, but I will say that some of the things I'll be ranting about ain't just coming from me. I believe there's enough internet advice out there where anyone willing to learn the basics can climb to 10,000 subs. But there comes a point when you, the creator, must decide, is your channel going to be a hobby or a business? A good content creator business generates a revenue from multiple sources. AdSense, sponsorships, affiliate links, merch, Patreons, maybe even create a product for their audience. But at the start, the majority of your revenue from YouTube is from AdSense. How much revenue you get from AdSense is based on the topics your videos cover and views. And those views don't matter if they're from new viewers or subscribers. In fact, over the last 5 years or so, subs don't matter as much as they used to. I mean, just look at Man Shorts and Guy's channels post-mortem. 6-figure subscribers, yet their latest videos get a fraction of the views. Did these channels just start posting trash? No. It's because we don't watch YouTube from our subscription feed. We watch YouTube from the homepage. The majority of my views come from the homepage. You can be subscribed to me or your second favorite D&D tuber, yet never see our new uploads on the homepage. If I want to get on your homepage, the best thing I can do is not to get you to like, subscribe, and comment, though that helps. It's to get you to watch 2 of my videos back to back. Pick a random channel that you've never watched before and watch 2 of their videos. Refresh homepage, and I'll bet you Monopoly money you'll see at least 3 to 5 of their videos before having to scroll down. Because of this shift, there is no safety net even for creators who have the big subscriber numbers. But we still want our sub count to grow because of the law of percentages. If only 5 to 10% of your subs watch all of your latest uploads, we still want that number to grow so our fraction of superfans goes up. And YouTube's algorithm is designed to keep you on the platform as long as possible by giving you, the viewer, a perfectly catered experience to your immediate interests on the homepage rather than your long-term interests from your subpage. So if I put out a video and you say, I'll watch it later, YouTube believes that you don't like Deficient Master no more. We're gonna replace him with Marvel Rival compilations because you fat-fingered Venom's massive What I've explained so far is nothing specific related to being a D&D tuber. This is just the game every content creator has to play if they want to make enough revenue to keep the channel running. D&D Tube is a microcosm within YouTube. Heck, besides Critical Role, none of our largest creators have a gold play button yet. And these channels have been around since the peak of D&D 5e's height. You'd be a fool to start a D&D channel now. You'd have to be crazy to try to go full-time tubing 10 years after 5th edition's release. But for us content creators working in the small town of Tabletop Tube, there are a few best practices you have to follow if you want to maintain your audience and revenue growth. Pro tip number 1. You are shooting yourself in the foot if you do not talk about Dungeons & Dragons, the brand. Say what you want about D&D, Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro. No. We'll get to saying some things in a minute, but I have to commend their marketing of 5th edition's life cycle that has allowed it to just dominate YouTube. Dungeons & Dragons, the Kleenex of tabletop role-playing. You can't say TTRPG in your title. You have to say D&D. You don't title this a review of insert TTRPG here. You call it, is this the next D&D killer? Please, for the love of cheese sauce, let me talk about games I actually play. Tip number 2 in the YouTube game is that you should probably lean towards negative emotions and words in your titles and thumbnails, if you want the clicks, that is. Let me let you in on a little secret. Does D&D exploration actually suck? No. But D&D exploration is a bit underdeveloped, and I found a way to codify exploration better, but this is just like my opinion, man. Doesn't get the clicks for some reason. If I don't put suck in the title, my game advice videos won't break a 5 out of 10 ranking. Hi, welcome to my YouTube analytic page. On your right here, you'll see the number that tells me how I'm gonna feel this week. Whenever you post a video, YouTube will rank that video based on its current views to the views you were getting on your last 10 views within that time frame. This ranking can control your life. Because there's this constant pressure to keep growing, to get that 1 of 10 fireworks, the moment something works, there's a temptation to keep doing it. Oh, did you just post a review of Pirate Board because you want to start talking about other games? I rank this, 9 out of 10. You sure you want to keep making reviews of other games, Deficient? You sure about that? You sure about that? This is the classic creator as an artist versus the creator as a business conundrum. And this isn't a binary choice either. We creators are always trying to find that video idea that overlaps what we're passionate about, what our audience wants, and what YouTube wants. Sometimes you find it, and then it's gone, and you're back to throwing spaghetti at the wall. I may want to make videos about other games or about really niche GM advice, but with the amount of research and editing and writing and editing and editing and editing it takes to make a video for my standards, I have to consider if a topic is gonna reach a certain threshold of views to be worth the effort that grows my audience and brings me one step closer to selling my soul for an energy drink brand. This video is sponsored by GamerSupps. GamerSupps is a zero-sugar energy drink meant for weebs. I read your comments, I see your anime profile pictures. GamerSupps is also for people like me, who are sick of energy drinks that taste like battery acid. So if you're looking for a healthier, cheaper, better tasting alternative to caffeine, click the link below and use code DM for 10% off your order. Where was I? Oh yeah, I can accept that D&D is what brought so many people into the hobby and YouTube space over the last decade, and that's what viewers want to watch. However, it kinda sucks that the dominating tabletop role-playing game in this space is owned and operated by... Let me just run a brief overview of how the suits over at Wizards of the Coast and, by extension, Hasbro have treated the fans and content creators, lest we forget. Because we folks on the internet seem to always forget. In 2023, WotC tries to stealthily revise the open gaming license, gets their hands caught in the cookie jar by content creators, says saw we 2 weeks later by putting the core D&D mechanics into Creative Commons. Not too long after that, WotC hires the bad guys in Red Dead Redemption 2 to take back some leaked Magic the Gathering cards from a YouTuber. In that same year, fans noticed in a D&D supplement book several instances of AI-generated art. WotC says saw we and replaces 13 AI-altered illustrations. Christmas of that year, WotC's parent company, Hasbro, gives the gift of unemployment to over 1,000 staff members responsible for the design and art of Dungeons & Dragons. 2024, WotC starts replacing 2014 digital content within D&D Beyond with upcoming D&D 2024 content, forcing users to either use the new rules instead of giving them the choice, or having access to the old edition rules. Fans complain, WotC says sorry, and starts giving them a choice. For now. Hasbro's previous CEO states its IPs such as D&D are under-monetized, with plans to focus on the virtual tabletop hosted by D&D Beyond with plans for monthly subscriptions. Hasbro's new CEO states his desire to see more AI usage in future D&D products, since they let go so many game designers and artists the year before. And oh look, Hasbro Wizards just handed the D&D license to Games Global, a massive gambling company. Yay! Why do the owners gotta make D&D so hard to love? I can separate the art from the artist, And I'm not gonna call another creator a shill for covering the latest monster manual or just being excited for D&D because they love the game. But it's hard to get excited about talking about the big dragon game when you're aware of all this stuff going on in the background. Lately, any consideration I have for buying or talking about a D&D product specifically is more for content's sake. The vast majority of D&D fans either don't know about the controversies or just don't care. The average TTRPG viewer wants to watch Dungeons & Dragons content. And if you want to have a healthy channel in this space, you have to follow the audience's eyeballs.
But Deficient, I watch all of your videos. I would still watch if you talked about other games like Pathfinder, which fixes everything.
The reason why we D&D tubers have to play these games is because of you. Respectfully, if you want to be successful on this platform, you have to follow the objective numbers over the subjective comments. And I quickly learned that the comments are a passionate, vocal minority. When I look through my comment section and see,
So, this is like your whole shtick now, huh? Bummer.
I have to read them in a snarky voice, otherwise I'll cry.
Watching cats move around is fine for a short bit, but not a whole video.
Sorry, but this recent kick of D&D but actually insert game here isn't working for me.
You're wasting your 1 in a million talent on videos for 40-year-old man boys. Respect.
Before I get all bummed out, I look at the analytics and realize that the comments tell me one thing, but the views tell a different story. You say one thing, comment section, but your clicks tell me otherwise. Professor Dungeon Master over at Dungeon Craft put out a similar video on this topic showing the receipts on his channel, with comments claiming clickbait and only covering D&D controversies. But Exhibit A, for every one news video he puts out, he makes 2 regular Dungeon Craft videos. And Exhibit 2, the news videos are his best performing with way less work. It's the clicks that determine a YouTube channel's direction. We follow the viewer's behavior so we can make the revenue to create those videos that speak to our soul, or those big ideas that could be a gamble for our channel if it bombs. As part-time or full-time creators, we'd love the ability to just make whatever we feel like and it performs well enough to cover the bills and keep allowing us to make the next thing we like. But we have to play the YouTube game. Believe it or not, I'm more than just a pair of hands. I'm interested in more than just Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master advice. I love game design, be it in TTRPGs, board games, even video games, level design, game mechanic interactions, balancing. It's why I love game mastering, because I get to tinker with all that stuff in a medium without having to learn how to code. When a longtime YouTube channel retires, I see the writing on the wall for my own channel, and I'm reminded that this isn't gonna last forever. So you might see me try a few silly things here. Like, for example, I'm designing and producing a physical game. We're still gonna talk about DM advice and maybe have the occasional D&D but actually let's play, but we're making some pivots here. And maybe this is a bad idea and Deficient Master will die in obscurity. But I am a faceless YouTuber, so I could come back doing Minecraft challenges or 4-hour retrospectives on season 19 of Sister Wives. Spoiler alert, it's because Cody's a dick. But what do you think? Is D&D Tube dying? Let me know below. And if you want to see me tell you how I DM, check this out. But if you want to see me show you how I DM, watch this one.